Welcome back to Jayhawks Pregame, presented by Stevenson Insurance on the Westmoreland Sports Network. I'm Dan Flickinger, and I'm being joined by the head coach of the Jeannette Jayhawks, Roy Hall. And first things first, Coach, I know you celebrated a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. Any big plans turning 25 this year?
Boy, do I wish. No, not really. My wife's just doing a little thing, getting a couple friends over maybe after the game tonight, and just having a couple sodas and stuff like that, and just to relax a little bit.
Sure, no doubt about it. Hopefully you'll get a big birthday victory here tonight against Amani Christian. Coach, 2 games into a pretty strange 2020 season. Has it been weird with the limited amount of fans and the masks on the sidelines and everything else going on this year?
Well, it is. It's totally different, especially with the masks that you have to have on, because you're yelling out at the kids, even though you're yelling and they can hear you, but yet not having your face showing, it's difficult. But, of course, we got a lot used to it during, practice and all that, because we got to wear it during practice and everything. So, and they say, Coach, it doesn't matter if I have a mask on or not. They're still going to hear me when I start yelling.
Yeah, we were talking on our Gridiron show the other day, Coach. I think for the most part, the kids at Jeannette and everywhere have done a tremendous job of not allowing this thing to spread. I mean, I know a couple of teams have been hit with it, but really, as a whole, so far so good, right?
Absolutely, knock on wood.
Sure.
We have a great thing set up where before every kid comes, they come with a mask on. Their temperature's checked every day. We had sheets made up by the week or to checking their temperature, and somebody will come if they're running. They may have a little high temperature, but they sit over there for 5 or 10 minutes and it comes right down. Mm-hmm. So we're doing very good, and our trainer, Tom, for Excella Health, has been doing a fantastic job.
Coach, let's talk about last week's game. You got your first win at Riverview. I know you weren't happy with the penalties. You guys got off to a little bit of a slow start too, but it had to be nice to get your first win of 2020.
Oh, it definitely was. I mean, but, you take the win. And, you're happy with the win, but you're not satisfied with the performance, especially it's big with me with the penalties. And, like some people say, hey, what do you want for your birthday? I said, well, I like to go tomorrow night and have minimal penalties. That's what
offensively, you guys got off to a little bit of a slow start, but Berto Smith, man, 2 pick sixes in the win, and it seemed like his first pick six really kind of energized your team. Talk a little bit about his performance and then the performance of your defense.
Well, he did. He had a great job with 2 pick sixes, and that kind of gave us the little spark that we needed. I don't know if we had a little bit of a hangover, after the Clariton game, because they played pretty well. But you know what I mean? Some people say like a moral victory. I don't believe in moral victories. But it took that interception with Roberto to spark us, and we responded pretty well.
Yeah, when you come off of a game, an emotional game, and then you're playing on a Saturday afternoon against a team that you beat pretty good the week before, I mean, do you think that maybe that's kind of what led to the sluggish start, even though you end up scoring 55 points, so it turned out okay?
Yeah, I definitely did. But, it's just so funny that, every coach, we just kept telling the kids about that, and of course, unless it's a big championship game, we don't have a great history playing on Saturdays. But just told them, we can't afford to slip up. But they, after Roberto sparked us, we responded pretty well.
On the other side of the ball, Coach, we talked about the defense, but offensively, you guys have thrown the ball more through 2 games than you have run the ball. Did you come into the season hoping to open up the passing game a little bit more, or has just been what the defense has given you so far?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. It's what the defense gives us, but also when you got a young kid like Brad Birch, and you can do some of the things he can do, you play to what your strength is, But, I mean, we also have some good runners in Roberto and Jaden Kennedy also. So the run sets up the pass, and the pass sets up the run. And Coach Cook and Coach Rich does a fantastic job running our offense, getting it together.
We talked about Brad Birch, 3 touchdowns in his first week. He had 4 passing touchdowns last week against Riverview. And I know the sky's the limit for this kid, but how have you seen him kind of even progress already throughout the first part of this season? What has impressed you about Brad?
Well, what impressed me, first of all, when the pandemic first started and we were shut down, Coach Rich had a lot of the offensive players on Zoom, and Brad was always there listening in and learning and learning. Well, one of the biggest things I see with Brad the most is how he's improved week to week. I don't know if I ever can recall seeing a kid quarterback, especially as a freshman. He throws kids open. I mean, he's doing things right now that you have some senior kids, veteran kids, that doesn't do. You know, now he's got some other things he can do, and we got some other things we got to work on with him. But as long as he begins to keep progressing and getting better and better, the sky is the limit for him.
No doubt about it, Coach. Let's talk about Imani Christian this week. Back at home at McKee Stadium. The Saints look like a team with some talent, but just some low numbers, and they've been struggling lately. I mean, is that something that you see when you kind of put on the film and look at them?
Well, yeah, but, with Imani, I just think of him a few years back. We were in a WPL championship game with them, and then prior to that, we did a big barn burner game with them. But they have some talent on their team. I'm always like, you always got to respect your opponent, and yeah, they have some low numbers, but they had low numbers back then when they made it to the championship game, and we won by 2 points to move on to the state championship.
Lastly, Coach, what do you think your keys to victory here tonight are to get another victory, your second in a row?
Well, we got to minimize the turnovers and definitely the penalties, and we got to keep playing the way we have been, but got to keep trying to get better and better and better.
Coach, as always, thank you so much for your time, and good luck tonight against Imani Christian.
Well, thank you, Dan. Appreciate it.
That is Coach Roy Hall of the Jeannette Jayhawks, turning big 2-5 yesterday, and he had a chance to celebrate a little bit, hopefully, tonight. All right, we'll be back as Brent Wiggum and Anthony D'Annunzio will have kickoff for you in just a few minutes, right after these messages on the Westmoreland Sports Network.